All right. Well, let me know when we're, okay, cool. Give me a second. All right. So we have our submit here. We don't. Where is that submit leaderboard?
Right there, top 20.
Back a little. That's issue paid. I know we don't talk about submit here, but it was our biggest submit week, so I kind of wanted to.
Do you want me to get it for you?
Yeah, if you can. It's on my desk, so I don't need to, unless you have it for Friday. I don't want you to have to print it. It's just gonna take you. Just give it a second. So Shanae, what's going on out there for you?
Not going.
What's not going?
I'm just coming across a lot of direct express.
You're doing a lot of FEX.
Yes,
Why are you working the instant internet leads or the new internet life leads? Yeah, perfect.
because my funds aren't there to purchase those.
Okay.
So when you gave me those, a batch that was in,
You're in middle set.
yeah, I did those.
Okay.
So.
I mean, you want to mix, right?
Mhm.
I would, but FEX, it's not all direct express. And what is direct express, you can actually get paid. So it's like, it's a bigger issue than that. Right?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh,
Huh?
I don't know recording and that's all.
We're on, don't worry about it. They're all listening. So what's the issue? What's the bigger issue?
My discipline.
Discipline. You're here every Monday, so I'm confused. Are you dialing when you're here?
Mhm.
Are you getting people on the phone?
Yes, but I'm getting a lot of no's and hanging up, but I keep going.
Okay.
If they do talk to me a little bit, then they hang up, I try to call back.
Do you work weekends?
Because I don't have a sitter, so no.
Got it. How many kids?
It's just one.
Okay, it was a simple question. How old?
He's two.
2. So what days are you in the field?
I try to go like after today. I usually try to go from like 3 to 7. And
Tonight?
Then, yeah, tonight. And
Okay.
then I go out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, so you have to be home for your child at
Yeah.
3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock.
Mhm.
Got it. And then what days do you run?
No, so like today, I would go after.
Run business.
Yeah, run business, then Tuesday, Wednesday, but my day has to be over by the time she's out of school.
Okay.
I don't need
Yeah.
to see people at night.
Is it okay that I could try to help you fix this if you want to, but you're hustling backwards.
Okay.
You just are. I mean, there's definitely a way for you to get ahead, and it's not the way you're doing it now. And your child we need a solution for that, because the solution that you have right now it's not working. It's not giving you any momentum. It's making this very frustrating.
Yes.
Like this business could be very maddening, or it could be empowering.
Right.
So you need a solution for your 2-year-old. But in order to do that, you need to make money.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's the chicken before the egg theory.
Mhm.
So I think you have to change what's going on up here.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So we can work on that. Let me do this. Let me go into these numbers. All right, so we had, I don't know if you know this call, but we just had our biggest submit week ever, which was backed by our biggest submit week ever. So we did 1 million last week. We did 1.147 this week. So that is, that's a lot of growth, 150, 120,000 in 1 week. And that represents a lot of families being helped. I was just talking to Rob Richmond. I was like, we've never had leadership stacked like this, like across the country, where we have so many leaders leading themselves. You know what I mean? It's because that's the thing, Shanae. Like the people that are the best at this are best at leading themselves. It's not easy because we're all dealing with this, and there's all kinds of stuff that happened or is happening that is inflicting this and inflicting this. So when I go, your child, well, that's this. And then it's forcing this to not think correctly, which is fine. We just have to fix it or not fix it. But it's frustrating to do the same thing over and over again and not get the result, Alexa. Does that make sense? And we can get the result. We just have to implement procedures that actually work. Follow? So when you see a jump like this, or when I see a jump like this, there's a lot of groups in here that had record weeks. You know, like Wayne Carr, Hidden Gems. They had a record week, 134,000, 29 writers. Apex, Rob Richmond's group, record week, 35 writers, 241. Great Lakes, Dave Pyle's group, record week, 21 writers, 101 grand. Chosen Ones, Mark Tirolian, record week, 23 writers, 70. Like, you understand, like, there's a lot of people leading themselves. Does that make sense? So Ivan Vedrov, record week, 96 writers, 502. So I'm just trying to see, I don't want to miss anybody here. Once you start reading them, Oscar, you got to read them all. You're going to get someone upset. Momentum, I don't know if that's his biggest week. Okay, so we have groups that are growing, and what growth equals is agents. Like, it's not that deep. I think we try to turn it into something it's not. It's agents and leads. Makes sense? It's the reason that someone's going to go out and write 400 grand next year is leads and discipline. That's the only thing that's going to separate, you know what I'm saying? Like, John, the difference between your 2018, your 2019, and your 2020 is what? Activity. Because you did decently last year. You just weren't as active as you were this year. Makes sense? Mm-hmm. And in 18, you had no activity. You weren't doing this the way we're doing it. But you're a borderline Hall of Fame this year. Correct? Which is significant. So, what's up, brother? How we doing, baby? Good to see you. So, going through those numbers, let's go through the top issue paid agents through week 2. Is this week 2?
3.
This is, no way. No, this ain't week 3 numbers. These are week 2, not cumulative. So, number 20, 8,400 issue paid for the week. Len D.G., Lendell Gaudio. Stephen Pleward, 8,888 issue paid for the week. Taylor Gomez, great work, Taylor, 8,900 paid. Vindia Thomas got paid $9,203 for the week. Kelly, in case you're confused. I know you walked in a little late. Let me help you get up to speed. Siaman Gadari, 9,300 paid for the week. Andy Garcia, who's a stud, 9,962 paid. Keith McCrary, great work, 10,997. Matthew Borsch, out of Indiana, 11,177. He works really hard. Wayne Carr, good work, 11,884. Stephanie Cover, great work. She's dealing with a loss of her sister and still found a way to issue pay, 11,967 in a week. Top 10, Rob Richmond, 12,049 paid for the week. Kyrie Joyner putting in work. Number 9, 13,732 paid. Lisa Wallace, 15,335. Stephen Giordano, number 1 agent in the country, 17,137. Danielle Byrne, 20,608. This is stupid. These are video game numbers. David Pyle, 21,562. Jeff Leone out of Massachusetts, 21,931. Great work. Muhammad Ray, the number 1 agent in Tri-State for the month to date so far. Actually, not the number 1 agent. Number 2. Sorry. Number 3, Muhammad Ray, 25,487 paid. Pamela Turner, the number 1 agent in Tri-State that she paid so far. She paid $35,000 for the week. And Jonathan Porcina, who's a semi-automatic weapon, is $38,590 paid for the week. Dude, it's silly, dude. I'm just saying, like if I take Kelly, who's my boy, I've known him 31 years. Kelly's been working hard his whole life. I mean, Kelly's been working hard since he was, I don't know, came out the womb. But you start putting hard work into this, different beast. New writers, First-time writers, Vincent P., congratulations. Jose C., Stephanie B., Brian L., Isaiah G., Zanab A., Stephanie R., Michael B., Betty C., Yector V., Percy R., Juan P., Liberty Y., Arthur D., Willie G., Tucker M., Dana P., Kenneth A., Claudia M., Carl C., Frank D., Ariana T., Courtney R., Ambria B. That's a total of 23 new writers for the week that are in line to get paid on business. Congratulations for all first-time writers. And then our agency leaderboard through week 2, Shamira Thompson, FFL Dynasty, 15,052. Carlos Reynoso, FFL Wisdom, Strength and Beauty, 23,370. The Good Life, Jeffrey Beathy, 27,380. Stephanie Cover, FFL Insured Trust, 20,652. Michael Lower, Pay It Forward, 31,913. Frank Doherty, FFL Shoreline, 36,767. Alex Labria, FFL Third Coast, 37,513. These are their companies. This is what all the people on their team have done through 2 weeks of December. Jesse Parley, FFL Avenue, 38,227. Daniel Byrne, FFL Legacy, 48,468. Jose Grox Serena, FFL Momentum, 48,484. Gabriel Singh, FFL The Way, 51,222. Cindy Siddick, Service Before Self, 52,882. Mark Tiroli, The Chosen Ones, 55,000. That was a tongue twister. 55,095. Kyrie Joyner, FFL Humble Beginning, 67,670. So this is where you start seeing people kind of looking to have their best months ever. Caleb Ambrose, FFL 320, 90,970. Jonathan Porcina, FFL Loyalty, 104,111. Wayne Carr, FFL Hidden Gem, they're taking a jump. 117,445. Stephen Giordano, FFL Health and Wealth, 128,518. Dave Pyle, number 4, out of nowhere. Great Lakes, 128,781. Rob Richmond, number 3. FFL Apex, 256,228. Brian Mendenhall, FFL Central, 342,286. They had a tremendous year. They're going to finish strong. And FFL Universe, Ivan Vedrov, number 1 in the tri-state country, 637,267. They're shooting for a $1.5 million a month, which would be their best month ever. So a lot of growth. So let's give a round for all those winners. And I think, like, for us, we need to focus on, continue to focus on, honestly, the selflessness of this business is how this business grows. Period. It's being selfless. The way these companies are growing, I think we've never been in a better position where we've got more, like, there's so many leaders inside this structure, so many, people that are managing themselves well, but also willing to help people. Because that's the rub. I mean, like, you can want to help yourself, but if you don't want to help people, then it's hard for them to follow you for long periods of time. That's the fact. They're just not going to do it. They'll do it for a little bit. They'll do it because you hired them, but after a while, they're not doing it. They're going to find out who's the one who's actually going to help them and who will do something they have to do. And that's really what this is. So, the more, and I'm talking to managers now because, Maria, as they're dealing with managerial situations, right? They call me and we talk through it. And I'm like, dude, welcome to serving people. Like, this is not a perfect science. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are people. It's a Rubik's Cube at times. So it's working with people, meeting them where they're at. That's the key. So the selflessness really is how do we move outside of ourselves, put ourselves in someone else's shoes, perhaps, if we can do that, and then be able to help them from that place. Make sense? Sometimes it's hard for people to receive, and sometimes they're ready to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why Dave Powell's growing so fast is because he's willing to receive, correct? Like, he's okay, and he's happy to help get outside of himself to help as many people as he can. But there's situations that come up that we talk about it. So one thing I want to talk about is this holiday push challenge. So you're seeing this all over the internet, the holiday push challenge. I think the goal behind this challenge is simple. I think Wayne said it best. Did everyone see Wayne's video this morning where he just talked about kind of what? Are you in the Facebook group, Kelly? Are you on Facebook? Okay, we need to get you in there. So Wayne was just talking about a year he had where he took it light these last 2 weeks because society says take it light. That's what society says. That's what retail says. Sales, Christmas, New Year's. So everyone thinks it's a good idea. When you're an independent business owner, go look around and see how many business owners are taking it light, that run real businesses, that have real expenses, that they pay out real money every single month, and see how many of them are taking it light. Go look at the gas stations. Go look at the diners. Go look at they're not taking it light. I think we have a delusion because we think like, it's just us. We don't have a storefront, you know what I mean? But it's really not. And I remember doing very well one year. I would say 2000, it might have been 16. I mean, I issued over $500,000 personal. And I thought it was fine. It was my time to take some time off. Why not? I've done very well this year. I'm going to take it like the last 2 weeks. It was a huge mistake. The problem is it's not so much a crime to take time. In our business, you got to learn when to take time. And whenever America is saying take time, it's not the time for you to take time. And I think that's a hard one because when you go in the groove of everybody else, dude, it's easy to eat turkey and rib roast and stuffing for 2 weeks. But you come back out in January, like in credit card debt. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone who's buying gifts these last 3 days with their credit cards, right? You come back out in January regretting what happened the last 2 weeks of December. That's the reality. So I've always made it I've learned to make it a commitment that 4th of July is not my holiday. Labor Day, Memorial Day, those weekends are great. But if I'm in the field running a business, I'm in the field. Why? Because I know how tricky those holidays are for business owners, independent contractors in our business. So I always worked hard those weekends, always, because I knew that it was impossible. It was a slippery slope. And the thing about the last 2 weeks is if you run, like let's say you decide to take it light and run 2 days a week for the next 2 weeks, you close $4,000 both weeks. It's miserable. Then you have chargebacks from the other business. Then you're trying to get ahead and you have expenses, life expenses, business expenses. And it's just, you have no more momentum. You got rid of your momentum. You got rid of your, John's so happy. I'm politically incorrect. You got rid of your momentum. You willingly gave it up instead of fighting for it. Now the holiday excuses are legit. It's funny how like it snows and I'd be on the phone saying, all right, Mary, so I'm going to be in your area tomorrow. They're like, it's snowing. I'm like, what's that got to do with you? You're going to be home.
I take one of it.
You're concerned about me driving in the snow? You got to understand the psychology of the client. The client is telling me it's going to be a snowstorm. I'm the one who has to drive. Why are you telling me this? It's like I learned when I'm getting ready to go on vacation, I can't tell my client. Because the first thing they'll do is say, oh, no, we'll do it when we get back. Because they want this path of least resistance, but it doesn't work. So I learned when I'd say, yeah, I'm getting ready to go. And the immediate thing they want to say is, oh, no, we'll do this when you get back, which means never. By the way, like I'm driving in the snow. Why are you concerned if I'm driving in the snow? Same thing with the holidays. Oh, it's Christmas. Am I coming to your house on Christmas Day? What does Christmas have to do with you protecting your family? Matter of fact, last I checked, death rates are usually higher this time of the year. So you have to learn where you're getting played. Seriously. It's like your kids do. You've got to learn where they're trying to manipulate you and where you can't let it happen. So you have to learn these catchphrases and things that make sense. Like, well, it's the holiday season. I know, Mary, death rates are typically higher this time of the year. They got us working overtime. We're going to be out there tomorrow. Any reason to be home at 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, what do I care? Like, it's a holiday time for me too. I have a family too, by the way. Does this make sense? But if we go, you know what, Mary, you're right. We'll wait till the new year. God, I don't know what's gonna happen to Mary between now and the new year. Real talk. I don't. So we got to be in this business too. The holiday push, I think if you're thinking that it's okay to take it light, the mistake is trying to rebound from that. The one year I decided to take it light and I learned a lesson, Maria, it took me till March to get my momentum back, which is brutal. And I was a real business owner. Like I had real expenses. I had real, like legit stuff going on. Like to be scared about the amount of deposits minus what's going out, it's not healthy. It's not even worth it. For me, for anybody. So what I learned was it's just easier to run a regular schedule during the holidays because even with the attrition, I learned the 1 year I learned that lesson 17, I just ran a regular schedule. I wrote 20 grand. The 2 week I issued pay 20 grand 2 weeks in a row. 10 and 10, which is like I'm rolling. I had no issues. I just punched January in the face because I never decided that it was good to take to settle down. You know what I mean? And I think that that's key for business owners. And a lot of us are upstart business owners. Like, there's not a lot of money in the bank, business-wise. There's not a lot of, like, if you have expenses, leads, whatever, it's not that simple to move past it because it's not that easy to hold on to money. So this holiday push challenge for me is important for people because we care about how you come into the new year. I think Wayne said it best. He said it took him like 3 months to get back on track, but then he said convention hits. So annual convention is February 4th through the 6th. It's in 7 cities right now, Los Angeles. So the Dream Center, if y'all was watching on Family First Life this weekend, Dream Center is Pastor Matthew Barnett. He has a facility, huge facility in LA, and they were giving out a bunch of toys to people over the weekend, and it's their annual toy drive. Well, some of us, if I was there, Sean was there. We donated over $225,000 to the Dream Center as a unit. Like, there's a chat that's going on, and everyone just keeps donating money, and we're like up, and everyone's trying to one up each other on how much they're donating, which is awesome, because a lot of families got blessed because of that. But the Dream Center has a big church. It is a church, and they have a big auditorium that seats about 3,000. So Matthew Barnett opened up his church. That's why LA got put on the map. So they're in. Dallas, Miami, Orlando, Jacksonville, Atlanta. I'm missing a city. Kansas City. So there's your 7 cities. So really good stuff is happening right now. But with convention hitting in February, and if you walk into January in a malaise, by the way, for some reason, when January hits, it's never colder. Like it's like negative 10 degrees. The moment is January 1st, every year. So imagine being out there, cold, broke, you took off, you're sluggish because you ate freaking ribs and stuffing for 2 weeks. You have no money, and it's cold. Dude, there's nothing worse, Oscar. I'm just being honest. I've been there, walking up to someone's door, cold, frozen, and broke, trying to make it make sense. Like, I'd rather have momentum on my side. Now, I'm not speaking to my Florida people or my people down south, but we're in the Northeast right now, and it sucks, dude. I'm just being honest with you. But momentum, you feel it's hot. It feels heat. You feel heated. So the other thing I'd say is this. The instant internet leads, they're not going anywhere. Family First Life's made a goal. I'll let these guys take over in a second. We did about $190 million in life this year. The company, Family First Life. That's $190 million in life paid premiums. Okay? Company's looking to do $400 million in life in 2021 and $200 million in annuity premium in 2021. That's $600 million. The company's steadfast, dead fast on the road to $1 billion, $1 billion in premium. So to put that in perspective, Integrity right now does $3 billion in premium a year with all their people. We get to $1 billion. By the time we get to $1 billion, they'll be doing $10 billion. But I'm just saying, like, this is a real goal of Family First Life, and the only way to get there is in athletes. The only way to get there is through the internet. Matter of fact, if in 2021 you're still taking the internet for joke, you're brain dead. You're just brain dead. There's no way to outpace what the internet is doing. And internet leads is the only way to push this business to $1 billion, because you can't just keep getting certain types of leads. But the internet, you can keep getting leads. So when we look at that approach, I think it's liberating, because someone has to be on the side of this $400 million. If we're at 190 now, someone has to be in the delta of the 210. Who's that? Like, who's helping us push to 400? There's probably some people we haven't even hired yet. Right? Dave Witcher came out of nowhere this year into $1 million in 10 months. I remember at convention, he'll tell the story. He's chasing me down in the diner like, Mark, I know people come up to you, you got a second? I mean, it's like, and I didn't know him, but I'm at convention to help anyone who wants help. That's why I'm there. So a lot of energy, and it's just, I didn't know he was gonna do that. I know he's gonna do 1 million in 10 months, but kudos to him. And now he's teaching. I can't wait to get him on our podcast again, because we're just looking to grow with the company. So if someone's shooting like that, you should ask why. Make sense? So we're gonna ask why, and I think other people should be asking him how and why, because he's setting the pace, and I'm happy to say that. So, but dude, they just embrace the stuff that works. It's no magic. It's no rocket science. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what we need to do, and that's going to be the differentiator and the separator for people. So I don't know if there's any questions here. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hand it over. John, come on up. I appreciate it. Give him a round of applause. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Collins.
Anytime.
You didn't go over numbers, right?
No, you got it.
Okay, cool. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, my name is John Mazzella. Let's start with the numbers. All right, Carlos, 14 appointments. How many people actually said, yes, you could come to the house and sit down with me and talk insurance with me? So 14 apps. Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. And this is something we've been talking about over the last month, how to close this ratio, how to tighten up this gap. So 14 appointments, he actually sat down with 12 of those people, closed half the cases with 7 apps, $12,064. Yeah, this is still mind-boggling. I don't
It's an
get
annuity.
it, but yeah, I guess that makes sense now. Frank D, good job. 9 appointments, 5 sits, wrote 2 applications, sat down, closed 2 people, 2 applications, $44,751. I don't know if both of them were annuities or one of them, but good job to you. I've been 17 appointments, 9 sits, 4 closes, 4 apps, 13,200. My boy Steve, who's probably watching, what's up, my man? 22 apps, 9 sits. We got to tighten that up, man. We'll talk about that. 7-9 ratio is phenomenal. Keep doing that. You're Hall of Fame. 7-7 and 12,273. Andy G. Very, very cool story with Andy. 32 apps, 20 sits, 11 closes, 11 apps, 14,320. John M., 8 appointments, didn't decide to work this week. 5 sits, 4 closes, 6,618. I've been getting a lot of phone calls this weekend from different people. A lot of them were for underwriting. And, we go through this all the time. We've been talking about this a lot. Like, guys, read your applications. When you get the application, just read it. Compare applications, compare Royal, compare Eagle, compare Mutual of Omaha. I mean, that's the best way to get it right. The best way to get it right is just by taking the time at the end of the day and just comparing applications I don't mind you guys calling me and picking my brain. I'm there, I know you called me once or twice this weekend. I'll take your call 7 days a week. I'm here for you. But there's a few people that just, you should know Mutual doesn't take diabetics prior to age 50. So just try to touch up on that. And also, what Mark was talking about earlier with the holiday push, it definitely makes sense, because if you could, remember, everybody's in relax mode right now. Everybody's in relax mode. So if people are asking for help, and they're asking for help on multiple channels, whether it's Facebook, internet, whatever the case may be, and we're the only people replying to them, they're going to let us in the house. I've been on 6 o'clock appointments last week, 10 o'clock appointments. And it's true, the more money we make now, the money we make in weeks 3 and 4, while everybody's in relax mode, that's just going to steamroll into January. So when January 2 comes along, we got money in the bank, we got policies that we need to send out, and things are popping. Whereas opposed to what Mark said, if you get hit with a couple of chargebacks, it's like, all right, thanks for the loan, versus crap, now I got to get out of this hole. So there's a big difference. I'm going to bring Carlos up. Why, I don't know. I guess I'm just getting you back now. But take it away.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Carlos Reynoso. Let's talk about the holidays. Let's talk about leads, and let's talk about how we're gonna tackle the holidays. So today's Monday. We're gonna dial today as any other Monday. When it comes, we're gonna run business Tuesday. We're gonna run business Wednesday. Christmas is Thursday, correct? Christmas Thursday. So we're gonna call
Friday.
Christmas is Friday?
Yes.
Okay. It is? Okay. So we're gonna call Thursday for Saturday, Sunday again. And then it's gonna be business as usual. When it comes to the 31st, we're gonna call a day before for the 2nd and 3rd, and then it's just business as usual, okay? No relaxing, people. This is the best time to make money, to get the momentum going. I'm actually hoping a lot of people here relax in Jersey so I can kill it. So I want to have I call it, my new goal is to have a John Marcella week, 36,000. That's my new goal, John.
It's doable, man.
I know. I got you right here with me, and I'm asking you questions. People got to understand, if somebody's doing good in your office or in the company, like Mark said, ask questions. Like they wish, I'm definitely going to give them a call. When John has Monsters Week, I ask him, what time do you start? What do you do? What do you say, et cetera, et cetera. We have to have that competitive nature. Healthy, good competition is good for you to succeed. We need to ask questions. We need to start coming to the office. We need to start dialing. We need to get out of ourselves. Get out of our shell. Don't be afraid anymore. It's time to grow. It's time to really take this business serious. And if you want to grow, there's only one way to do it, which is asking questions and failing yourself to success, if that makes sense. You're not going to be perfect on the phone the first time you dial. You're not going to be perfect with a client the first time you sit down with a client. But, practice makes perfect. You come to the office enough, dial enough, sit with, certain amount of clients enough, it's gonna become second nature. Something that eats me is, I'm seeing people killing it on the board, and I'm having, $3,000 a week, $2,000 a week, and I'm like, nah, I can be doing that. So guess what? I get better. My appointment to sit ratio kind of where they weren't where I needed to be, so I tightened that up. Steven, whenever you want, you can give me a call. You can give John a call. We're here to help each other out. Nobody's better than anybody. We're a team. Oh, yeah, he does. Call me, man. Call me too, okay? You can call me. That's pretty much it for the holidays, man. That's pretty much it. Go out, kill it, and let's get the momentum going, people, okay?
Get in the office next Monday.
Get in the office. Get in the office. I can stress that enough. Please call if you have any questions. We are always here for you. Any questions before I go? No questions. Well, thank you. Happy holidays, and let's run business.
I do have